Hey everyone, it's James Vagley here. Welcome to another episode of the MBA podcast. And as always, I've got the man, the myth, the legend with me in the other corner of the screen. For those that aren't watching, we are doing a video of this. If you're not, you just have to listen to the man, the myth, the legend. Anyway, Ash, how are you today?
I've got a good head for radio. That's what they tell me, James. So, yes, I'm coming in from the bunker somewhere in the far-flung corners of the globe. I'm well, mate. How are you?
Very good. Very good. Listeners, hope you're good as well. Now, in episode 180 today, we're talking about what customers really want. And what they really want is the truth. And we could easily go into a very obvious reference, Ash. I don't know if you need to do a reenactment at all of the scene. Maybe we don't have to put our listeners through that.
Well, I think only Jack Nicholson can play Jack Nicholson. So, no, we won't dare uh, try and copy perfection there. But I think everyone will know the scene we're referring to about not handling. You can't handle the truth.
That's right. Well, I would have in the future that'll cost extra. This is a free podcast, so maybe in the premium, like paid version, you can be Jack Nicholson and I'll be Tom Cruise, and we'll do it for like paid members only, and all the bloopers and the outtakes.
I like where you're going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. But like we're talking this month actually about we're in our trusted advisor section of our mortgage business blueprint where we talk about strategies and install strategies around sales and how you run meetings and how you show up in front of your customers. And we teach a methodology called the trusted advisor, really stepping up a couple of levels higher than a standard mortgage broker that's just there to apply for a loan and help you get a good deal. So um, today we want to sort of touch on not necessarily the specifics of how to handle meetings and how to step up as a trusted advisor, but we want to first touch on this concept of what customers really want, because I don't think you can handle. Yeah, I was going to go handle the truth. No, I don't think as a broker you can set your meetings up and lead your customers the right way and show up the right way if you don't actually know what's going on in their head and what they want. Most brokers, Ash, as we know, are led to believe that, well, the customer is always right. They want a good deal. They want a cheap rate. They want speed of service, blah, 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 the same old rhetoric. And so the default for mortgage brokers is to show up and be of service to that basic need. I'll help you get a good deal. I'll be fast. I'll be polite. I'll have amazing customer service. I'll help you get that deal at a very sharp rate, et cetera, et cetera, make it easy. But that's actually missing the mark and missing the bigger picture. And that's kind of what we want to get at today, Ash, is what's really going on in customers' minds, what they really want. So we don't just be transactional, but we can squash competition, squash online rates and lenders and all these other things, and secure more customers for life.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one for me, James. It's one of my, I guess you could call it my pet subjects. I guess it's all of our pet subjects. So let's just sort of go back to what you said about service, right? So I think we're in the service industry, right? So you enter the industry, it's very much service slash sales. So the mindset that you would always bring to that environment is, well, I need to stand out, I need to provide great service, and I need to compete essentially on being a brilliant service provider. Now, there are some elements of truth to that, of course, and there's nothing wrong with having a mindset of excellence in service, of course. However, where it goes wrong is the misunderstanding of what's actually going on in your client or prospect's mind. And it's a real challenge, of course, right? Because it's not only something that you can get misaligned, but the prospect themselves don't always, in fact, I would say rarely know what they actually want. And I'll explain a little bit. I'll be interested in your thoughts on this, James, is because there's some very, very well-heeled, deep-pocketed marketers in this industry that spend a lot of money on sensitizing people to the competitive end of the spectrum, which is better rate, cashback, all these sorts of things that lead people to believe, oh, that's what I should be looking for. Right? So people come to the gate of a discussion with a broker thinking, well, I need to ask questions about what have you got to offer me? That's better than anyone else. So that matches how we're brought into the industry about, oh, okay, well, what I was trained is correct. That's what people want. That's where things start to break down. We know that a good rate and a good product features are very important. But this leads us on to the most important discovery, which is
Something
what
went wrong. Please try again.
Oh, sorry about that.
We'll put that into the blueprint.
Oh,
No, that
I don't-
we'll keep it in.
that was that was Siri speaking to me. Leave me alone, Siri.
Go away, Siri.
Uh,
Keep
anyway,
going, mate.
back to the point. Okay, so that leads us to the really, really important discovery, which is most people don't know what they want. It's up to you to help give them what they actually want, which is the context and title of this episode, which is the truth. So what the question is, what is the truth, James? What do people actually want that lies beneath what they are sensitized to think they want?
Yeah, I love that you brought that up because that's my thinking exactly. In that, they think they want service, competitive deals, rates, speed, because that's what they've been taught. So I remember for years I've been using this saying that, in the absence of a better idea or a better thought, that's what people want. So they've been led to believe it's all about the rate. So they think it's all about the rate because that's what they've been taught. It'd be like if I grew up my whole life thinking that a burger was made out of ground beef and that was it. And I went in going, I want a burger and it has to have beef and sauce and cheese and pickles. And then somebody says, no, you can actually have chicken in a burger. You'd be like, well, that's weird. You know what I mean? Like it's all about what people have been taught in the marketplace, which is what you said. So that's why I wanted to double down on what you said, Ash, in that although customers will come to you guys as mortgage brokers saying they want stuff, the danger is to go and assume or believe what they're saying is true. Now, it is actually true, and we can cater to that surface level, but we actually want to cater to the deep down level, which is beneath that. So there's a few things in there about what customers really want. And I would argue that probably the biggest one is quite simple. It's just peace of mind. People are coming to mortgage brokers because they have a need, and the need is they want to buy a house, they want to buy an investment property, or they want to buy something else, and they need a loan for it. They need finance. So they want this thing, but they need a mortgage. Now, would they like to not have a mortgage and not have to deal with all that pain in the butt trying to get one? Of course. So this is not something they want, right? Something they need. And so really it's stressful. It's something they don't really understand. They just want it done. And so I like to think that instead of going, well, because they don't really want a mortgage, they just want it done. They just want it cheap, easy, just have it done. If you dig beneath that surface level, I think what you really find is the desire to not actually want to deal with it. Like, I
I
don't
love that.
care. Yeah, I don't care about the loan. I don't actually want to think about it. And once it's set up and I'm in my dream house and I'm loving it, I don't even want to think about it after that point. Like, I know that I want a good deal and I want to be competitive, but I don't want to have to constantly think about, am I getting a good rate? Like, they actually want to know that they've got someone else in their corner they can trust in that space. Like, I would say that's it. So peace of mind. How do they get peace of mind? What they really want is a trusted professional who they know has their back when it comes to their loans and finance, so that they don't have to think or worry about it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I mean, listeners, watchers, wherever you are, look, that is gold. I used to have a saying, I think it's relevant here, James, in my old businesses that I used to basically have stuck up on the office wall. It was called, the words were, people will do business with whoever helps them sleep at night the fastest. And That is my way of saying peace of mind. So people will do business with whoever helps them sleep at night the fastest, not the cheapest, not the best process, although these things are important. It's the person who understands human nature and can put the person's mind at ease. You're in good hands. I know what I'm doing. Here's how we're going to get it done. You go home, go back to your life and leave the stress and worry to me. That is effectively the truth that we're getting at here, James, is and the underlying truth for mortgage brokers is you need to start shifting your thinking away from being a service provider to being an instructor or a teacher. People want to be told what to do. That's the line that I would take from this, maybe the sleep at night factor added to how do you do that? Well, you don't help people sleep at night by explaining every single nuance of what you do or every single step in your process or every single lender that you've got options with. I mean, you may touch on those things, but so does every other broker. So how do you help people sleep at night? You tell them what to do. That's what we all want deep down inside. Yes, how do I lose weight? Tell me what to do. How do I get this mortgage stuff sorted? Tell me what to do. Yes, all the options. That's great. But you're the expert. Tell me what to do. People deep down inside are begging mortgage brokers who tell them what to do. And the really successful people in our industry know that. They live that. They breathe that. And I would explain too, perhaps, James, that it's not about being bossy or dictatorial. It's about having a high level of conviction in what you're saying and putting your name and reputation behind that conviction. So you're not resting upon the quality of a product or the quality of a process or the quality of even your team. They're all important, but you're resting upon the level of conviction in what you're saying. So if there's one thing to take out of this lesson, I believe that's it. People will sleep at night the fastest based on the mortgage broker who tells them what to do in the most succinct, simple, and clear manner.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what people want. They want to be told what to do, and they want to have confidence that you can deliver in that space. So when we think about elements of how do we do this, Ash, you did it perfectly. We've sort of gone, yes, they do want these basic things: service, competitive deals, speed, ease of use. They want those, but we've said they really want peace of mind. They want someone to look after them. Taking one step back, you said, yep, the way to do that is by taking charge and controlling the situation. And then we could take it one step further and go, well, we have to be clear, explicit and clear about that promise. We can't just know that it's a bit like, as brokers, we might know that we're monitoring our customers' rates. We're doing 6 monthly or quarterly or annual reviews, looking at whatever their rate is, and we're touching base with them. But if we haven't explicitly shared that promise and that expectation, then they're not sleeping at night because they aren't clear. So there's also a danger, Ash, in that brokers go, well, of course I'm looking after my clients. They can contact me anytime. We're doing annual reviews. I've got their back. That's where our listeners are going. But I've got their back, James. Yeah, but do they know that? Probably not. And so what we need to do is not just be confident and take charge of the situation and really deliver that peace of mind. We have to explicitly lay it out for them in our marketing and in our meeting processes so that they're aware that when they are a client of ours, yes, we're going to get you a good deal. We're going to be doing this. But I'd almost explicitly say those words, Ash. You do not have to worry about this stuff anymore. This is what we do behind the scenes. So you don't ever have to think about this. If you ever have a
100%.
question, here's how you get in touch with us. We will be touching base routinely to see how you're going and see if anything's changed. But if you ever need anything, please reach out this way. There's an explicit promise that I don't have to think about it. I don't have to click on any ads on Facebook anymore about saving money on my home loan. I don't have to worry about the next person that knocks on my door, or the next time I see rates going up. I don't have to knock on my mortgage broker's door going, can I get a better deal? It's already been pre-framed, and there's obviously a fair bit of nuance to doing that correctly, but it definitely all starts with this conversation around knowing that's what we have to do. And I think we've sort of covered it as good as we can in this episode without going into full scripting and stuff, Ash. But that's kind of the crux of this episode.
Yeah, definitely. And I don't think we need to elaborate. I think some of the best lessons, best learnings, in my experience, are the simple, succinct ones without any fluff and bells and whistles. Excuse me, I would almost argue that in my career in the industry, this is almost the most important truism, that people want to be told what to do. I think I need to coin a new title. Call yourself a mortgage instructor, not a mortgage broker. I'm a mortgage instructor. My last comment is, and I've had surgery a few times in my life where you've been under an anaesthetic and you've had a significant procedure. Now, who ever remembers all the details that the surgeon walked you through about what they're going to do? They tell you, oh, we'll do this, then we'll do this, then this will happen, then this will happen. And by the way, hopefully you'll wake up alive. Or if they're good at it, you'll wake up alive. Now, what do you remember? No one remembers, because the surgeon will look at you and say, is that all clear? And you'll go, yes. But all you're thinking is, I just want to know that you know what you're doing and I'm in good hands and I'll wake up. That's all I want to know. Tell me that. And that's all you ever remember. No one remembers the step-by-step process, even though it's important that you were told it, but that's not what you remember. I hope that resonates for everyone, James, that's the message we're getting across here. Don't avoid telling people how you work to help them, but don't rest upon that as the most important thing. The most important thing is to overlay that with clear, polite but clear instructions about here's what's going to happen and here's what you need to do. You need to go home, go back to your life, take it easy, get a good night's sleep. You're in good hands. Everything will be okay. I'll keep in touch. That's the sort of thing that wins business time and time again. So I hope that's the lesson everyone takes out of this.
Oh, I love that. Yeah. And there's 1,000 analogies we can use in the same space, right? Like, you take your prized possession, whether it's a car or a boat or just anything, maybe you're taking something like your most expensive suit, you're taking it to the dry cleaners, you're taking your car to the shop. You don't really care how they clean the suit. You don't really care how they're going to service your expensive car. You just want to know and get the feeling that they know what they're doing and your car's going to come out sparkling and new and drives amazing, right? It's that sense of safety and security. Do you care the 101 steps that they're looking at when they do it? Not really. It's good to know that they're doing that, but I guess the learning, to reinforce what you said, Ash, for brokers, is spend more time saying stuff in the meeting that gives your client confidence that you know what you're doing and that you've done it 1,000 times before and they don't have to worry, and still tell them the steps and what you're going to do. But you don't need to explain those in detail. Yes, here's what we're going to do, but the most important thing is 1, 2, 3. Been doing this 20 years, I've done it 1,000 times. You do not have to worry about it. We're going to get you the best deal as fast as possible. 99.99999% of the time, I get things through and approved, so you don't have to worry about anything. That's what people want.
I'll summarise with 2 lines, James. As you well know, I wrote about 1,000 mortgages in a 4 or 5 year period back when I was a very active mortgage broker. 999 of them, I didn't tell people anything about my process until I'd already won the business. I just want everyone to take that away. You don't explain what you do, then try and win the business. You win the business, then explain what you do. I know that's counterintuitive, but what we're all about here, James, is, I guess, hopefully passing on that wisdom that to stand out from the pack, you need to be counterintuitive So win the business with your conviction about what you're going to do and how much peace of mind you're going to provide people. Then explain a bit about how you're going to achieve that, not the other way
Yeah.
around.
I love that. And as a bit of a teaser for listeners, in the following weeks, we're diving deeper into these aspects of trusted advisor. And what Ash touched on is key in that, and what we'll continue talking about in coming weeks is that we're not selling what customers really want after the fact. It's not like we're talking about rates and deals up front and then we go, oh, by the way, I'm looking after you for life. You are leading with this proposition and promise and selling yourself as that solution, that sleep at night solution, before you've even talked about lenders and rates and things like that. So I love that you brought that up. And in the next few episodes over this month, we're going to be going into more of that sort of stuff. So listeners, stay tuned. There's more coming in the trusted advisor space. I'm looking forward to that next week, Ash. You got any final other words before we wrap this one?
It's a great topic. This is one of the key topics that I would encourage everybody to bookmark these next few episodes, this one and the next few episodes, and put them on rotation on your player and absorb them, because this is the stuff that will put a lot of business in your bank account.
Yep, sounds good. Good stuff. Thanks, Ash. Have yourself a good week, listeners. Do the same. Stay cool. And we'll see you on board same time next week. Until then.
Yeah, then, James.
Bye, everybody.